Hey everyone and welcome back. In today's video, we'll be discussing about the nested templates. Now, nested templates really makes things easier, specifically when it comes to code reusability and modularization. So let's go ahead and understand more about nested templates with a simple use case. Now, generally, as your application grows and assuming that you are writing everything based on infrastructure as a code, the amount of stack will also grow. So typically, I have seen in a mid-sized organization, they typically have hundreds of stacks. And generally, if your stack grows, that means the amount of components that are common across stacks will also grow. So let's take an example of this. So you have a stack A and you have a stack B. Now within Stack A, you have a EC2 instance, you have a load balancer, you have a MySQL database, and you have a S3 bucket. Now in Stack B, you have EC2 instances, you have Direct Connect, you have Route 53, and you have S3 bucket. So if you look into the common component over here, one is the group of EC2 instances and second is the S3 bucket. So these are the common components across these two stacks. Now assume that there are hundreds of stacks. There'll definitely be a lot of common components across each and every stack. Now in a typical scenario, what you will do is that within Stack A, you will define the CloudFormation template for EC2 resource. Again within Stack B, you will copy paste and again you will redefine the CloudFormation template for EC2 resource. So you are basically reusing the same code across hundreds of templates, which is not a very ideal solution. So what we can do when it comes to code reusability is that we can begin nesting the templates. So let's go ahead and understand what nesting templates are all about. So instead of we copy pasting the same component, what we basically do is we dedicate a central template. So if you see over here within Stack A, there was a common component of EC2 instance across Stack A and Stack B, and there was also a common component of S3 bucket across Stack A and Stack B. So what we did, we removed the component of EC2 instance and we centralized it. We removed components of S3 bucket and we centralized it. And within the Stack A and Stack B, we reference to this central template. Even in Stack B, we reference it to the central template. So now our stack, if you'll see, our stack is much more cleaner. And this is what the nesting is all about. So let's go ahead and understand on how we can implement nesting with the help of CloudFormation. So this is my simple nested template. So if you'll see most of the things that you'll understand, resources is here. Then we have named this as child stack. Now, one important part to remember is that when you are nesting, the type would be AWS CloudFormation stack. So this is the type. Now within the type, you have properties, and within the properties, you have the template URL. So this is the template URL. So let me give you one example. So this is the stack A. Let's assume this is the stack A. And within the stack A, we give the template URL of the resource where these common components are mentioned. So this is what a template URL is all about. So from the stack A, CloudFormation should be able to find the resources which are common. So these are the resources which CloudFormation should be able to find, and these are mentioned in the template URL. So in the template URL, if you will see over here, I have given the URL of the S3 bucket where my template is stored. So what we'll do in today's lecture, let me open up a simple S3 bucket based CloudFormation template. So this is the CloudFormation template. So let me name it as packed-nesting demo 007 and I'll click on save as. Within that says nested-s3 dot template. Perfect. So the next thing that we will do is we'll create a bucket. I'll say as packed-nesting demo. I'll click on next. I'll ignore this properties. Now for the time being, let's give it a public read access to the bucket, and I'll go ahead and I'll click on create. Perfect. So this is our S3 bucket which is created. I'll click on the S3 bucket and I'll upload the template that we have, which is nested-S3. Perfect. So this is the template that we have uploaded in the central repository. And what we will do is basically we'll select this template and we'll copy the link associated with this template. I'll go back to our nesting notepad and I'll just copy the link to the template and I'll click on save. Perfect. So this is the only thing that is required. So now when you run this within the CloudFormation, what will happen is that CloudFormation will see that this is a child stack and it has a template URL, and the template URL is this specific nested template. It will fetch the contents of this specific template and it will execute the things which are mentioned over here. So let's try this out. I'll go to CloudFormation. I'll click on create stack. I'll upload the file. Let me click on next. I'll give it a stack name of nesting-demo. Click on next. Just acknowledge the IAM part and click on create. So let's look into what will happen once we create a stack which is of type nested. Perfect. So the creation is completed, and within the console now you see this is like a parent and this is a child. Stack is nested and CloudFormation will clearly show you that the stack is nested. Now if you remember, within the template we had created S3 bucket. So let's go to the S3 console and let's quickly verify the name of the S3 bucket which was going to get created, which is pad nesting demo 007. So I'll go back to the S3 console and let me search for the bucket, and you see the bucket is created. So this is how the nesting is all about. Now one good part about nesting is that you can reuse the template. So if someone else in GitHub have uploaded a complex template, instead of directly copy pasting the entire template, you can just use a nesting and you can refer based on the template URL. So this is it. Now in order to delete, you can directly delete the main template where the nesting has been referenced from. So if I delete the main stack, automatically the nested stack will also get terminated. So now you see both the nesting demo as well as the nested stack have the status of delete in process. So this is all about the nested templates in CloudFormation. So I hope you understood the basic on what nested templates are all about and what are the situations where they can really help. So this is it about today's video. I hope this has been informative for you, and in the next video we will be discussing about the wait conditions. Thanks for watching.